This is very difficult to do with one hand, but I'm sure you all know the scene I'm referring to. This is my season 4 Jerome tutorial, and that's pretty much all there is for this video. It's just that this was requested on my Instagram, which I cosplay Jerome quite regularly, and it was about time that I filmed this. Just getting my hair out the way because it's the first step. So I did actually do the lines a little bit, but then I realized I needed a mirror to be able to actually see myself doing what I'm meant to be doing. So I use just like a red lip liner. First step is doing the good old smile that he has on his face. His is quite extended, so I extend mine quite far, and I'm about to do that. Okay, once you've gotten the actual smile, what I do next is I actually outline the rest of the scarring. So I use a white eyeliner to do the face scarring and also the eye scarring, and yeah. It's worth noting that in the early stages of doing this makeup is that it looks really ridiculous because it's just lines. But every artist needs a blank canvas. After that, I like to just extend some certain lines, and the only way that I can tell you how to do this is look up a photo. Like, there's no particular way that you can do this without looking up a photo. I don't know how to describe it, but obviously the scars aren't clean cut, so they need to have like drags on them, and when you add the liquid latex later on, this does make a difference. So I recommend highlighting the areas that you want to drag out as a general rule. The next thing that I do is that I fill in my eyebrows next. Basically, I use a ginger colored eyebrow pencil. This is my regular eyebrow pencil, and it's by NYX, and it's in the shade, I don't know, but it's the ginger one, so that's what I recommend. I do fill in my brows. That's the only thing that I do. I do nothing else with eye makeup regardless. Like, I know it's like, you can, if you're doing this as a gender bend thing, by all means do it, but I don't personally, and I feel like that makes the difference, is the fact I don't have eye makeup on. I feel like it just helps basically. Alright, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is get some liquid latex. This is from Mr. Toy's Toy World, and it was $20, and I used this for my other Jerome tutorial. I applied 2 layers of this wherever I've outlined in white eyeliner, so around here and around here, and wherever I've dragged it, so that it builds up the skin so it looks more scar-like in real life and also in photos. So I've just spilled it on my trousers, but I'm gonna do this now. It smells funny as well. Like, it's worth noting that the marron doesn't smell great, it smells weird. So I'm just drying my face with my hand in between layers. There's nothing really to it apart from the fact that it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to dry, and it does start to make my mouth at this point feel a bit weird. So if you've never used liquid latex, it does feel weird when it's on your mouth. And I recommend that if you go to a convention where you're not going to get time to retouch things, that you bring a little bit of it with you, because it will peel, especially as you talk or you drink or you eat throughout the day. But if you're doing like a photo shoot or you're just doing it for fun or whatever, it should be totally fine. And also, while I'm waiting for this, I'm going to explain what I do with my hair. Now, his hair in this episode is, and his hair in season 4 is, oh my gosh, my thing's just gone out. Alright, so my camera, like the light that I use has actually just died over in that corner of my room, which is just great. It's just what I needed, but in fact I think this lighting sort of lends to seeing how 3D it looks at the moment. So this is the first layer. I do about 2 layers and then contour and powder, but while this is drying I'm gonna sort my hair. I managed to be so genius and get some latex in my hair, which will be fun when I come to washing it, but his hair in season 4 is quite spiky, so I'm going to try and emulate that by backcombing my hair and maybe combing back the sides and poofing the front of it up, so I'll do that while this dries. So I've done my hair, and now I'm just gonna go on with the second layer of this latex. I'm really sorry if the lighting's just so much downgraded from what it was, but this is just like how it's gonna be. You'll also notice that the latex is sort of very much darker than my own skin, and that's okay because we're gonna fix that later when we add the powder. Something that you need to be very careful of is getting this too close to your hair and your eyebrows and your eyelashes. Anything that you want to keep intact, don't get this near it. So I try to avoid going up into my upper bit, I guess. Upper bit? That makes sense. That made total sense, didn't it? And I'm really gonna bunch it up around my mouth because his mouth is super big. He got a big mouth at the moment, so I'm just going to keep on going because we're going to rigid collodion all this stuff here. So whatever you can build up will ultimately shrink back in when you put the scarring stuff on it, and this is all over my hands and it feels like, you know when you get PVA glue in school, it feels like that. While that's drying, it's pretty much dried because I can feel that it's like crunching my face basically, so I'm going to put on a few layers of rigid collodion, and you can get this at pretty much any costume store. And what it does is that it like if you put it on your skin, it will pull it tight and indent it in the way that a scar would. So I'm gonna put some on either side. It smells pretty potent, like nail polish remover. That's what it smells like, and it also looks like clear nail polish, which doesn't really help. But I'm gonna put a generous amount so that it sort of pulls in my skin and pulls it nice and like all the stuff that I put on it so far, so that it creates the smile sort of effect. Yeah. While that's happening here, I'm actually going to powder the rest of this because it's dry now and it obviously needs to blend in more to what my skin actually is. I'm going to use white pressed powder to make it blend, and it's by Stargazer, and I'm just gonna go over the top of it. See, already looks more blended. Palette that feels like it's thoroughly sort of sunk into my skin. If you can see, I'm going to tilt my head so you can actually see like all the outlines. I'm going to put on this lip liner because I went over some of what I already put on before, and it's by Revlon, and it's just like a nude sort of pink. And yeah, it looks indented now. That's pretty much like the lips done. I am going to also go over like my eyes. His eyes are a bit sunken, they're a bit dark around underneath, so I'm going to obviously add in that. With the Naked palette, I'm going to use like a dark brown. I actually can't remember what I used to use. I don't recall using black because I think black was way too dark. So underneath, wherever you'd usually look tired, everyone's got different eyes, I'm just going to put this brown colour, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. While I'm at it, I'm also going to do some contouring, so I'm going to add with the white shade just like some highlights to where the scars have gone on his face. Once again, the only way that you're really going to be able to emulate this properly is if you get up a reference photo, because I can't accurately explain the little drags that he's got on his face. I'm not that talented. I'm also going to just contour with the same brush in a sort of pinky shade the outline of my face, or where his face was cut off, just so that, yeah, so that you can see where the face lines are. Here's just a little overview of the outfit. It just looks like this. It's just trousers, and he wears his white boots and button-down shirt, braces, stripy pants, which I made for my Arkham Season 2 Jerome. So if you can source some stripy pants, then you're on the right track. But it's just, this was just the cheapest cosplay I've probably ever done, because this was just a men's shirt, and it was just good. It's just nice to have a costume that's budget efficient, you know? But yeah, hopefully this lent you some sort of explanation as to how I do the makeup. It's just liquid latex, scouring wax around here so that you get the little indents. It's actually very difficult to talk because there are these big ass things going along your mouth. And the outfit, I don't have the gloves on at the moment, but I've just done his outfit from season 4 where he's in his prison cell, and his Arkham outfit, I guess. So I got this, I made this like sort of shirt, and I just cut it down and then had to hem it so that I could do some buttons. I got these white braces from some sort of discount store. They were very cheap. The gloves I also got from a discount store, and they were very cheap as well. For the trousers, I just used my season 2 ones, and they seem to do quite well as the trousers that he wears. But yeah, if you don't follow my social media, please follow it, because I just post about him all the time. I post a lot about my cosplays, and I've actually got a season 4 Jerome in the works where he's got his little checkered trousers and his little suit. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Here's a little close-up of the finished look, which I imagine I already showed at the beginning of this video because that's how editing works. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helps you, most importantly, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm a fool, I need to be taken off the internet. Oh, I just snapped my pencil, that's just nice. Exactly what I need right now.